Welcome to SportsShouting.com. I'm Anita Marks, and it's time for the playoffs divisional rounds. So I've got 4 fantastic picks for you to try to beat Anita. You ready for this? Let's kick it off with San Francisco at home going up against the Saints. And San Francisco, they're getting 3.5. I'm all over it. In fact, I think San Francisco, are you sitting down? Because I believe San Francisco is going to win this game outright. So I love the money line, but you know what? For all intents and purposes, I'll take the points as well. So San Francisco plus 3.5, and this is why. A few things. Number one, they are at home. The Saints, a much different team away from the Big Easy. That's the big difference here. Also, the San Francisco 49ers, one of the best defenses in the NFL, and they're great at stopping the run. So you take Sproles out of the equation, Pierre Thomas, Chris Ivory. It's really all going to come down on the shoulders of Drew Brees. And little birdie told me they are not cutting the grass in San Francisco, and they are watering the grass. So it very well could be very high and muddy, which is going to slow down those wide receivers. And keep in mind, the San Francisco 49ers have arguably one of the best linebacking corps in the NFL, so I think it's going to be a very long day for tight end Jimmy Graham. So again, I love San Francisco plus 3, and I like the under at 47. Now let's move on to New England. New England at home facing Tim Tebow. New England minus 13.5. Now, myself, my entire family, my grandmother, we're all rooting for Tim Tebow. I'm going to be cheering for Tim Tebow. He's the inspiration. He's the great story in this playoff run. But let's face it, he's going up against Bill Belichick, who's now had 2 weeks to prepare, get ready for whichever opponent, and you know what he's going to do. He's going to take one player from the Denver Broncos out of the equation, and what player is that going to be? Demaryius Thomas, wide receiver Demaryius Thomas. On top of that, unfortunately, wide receiver Eric Decker is not going to be able to play because of an MCL injury. So just not really big on Tim Tebow and the Denver Broncos at New England, playing against the Patriots. Of course, Tom Brady, you know he's going to go wild. So I love New England. It might start off close, but I think at the end, New England is going to run away with it. So I like New England. I know they're giving up a lot, minus 13.5. Also, I like the over in that game, the over at 15. The third game I want to talk about, the Houston Texans, getting 7.5 at Baltimore in Charm City against the Ravens. 2 of the best defenses in the NFL going up against each other. I think that takes Arian Foster and Ray Rice out of the equation. So what does that leave? You've got TJ Yates, a rookie quarterback. He plays very conservatively, and also Joe Flacco. I would rather put my money on Joe Flacco than TJ Yates. I think Torrey Smith is going to have a big day, so, and as well as Ed Dixon. So I think it's going to be a very close game. I do believe the Ravens are going to win, but I'm predicting 2017. So what does that mean? I like Houston getting the point. So again, Houston plus 7.5, and I like the under in that game, under 36. So that's my play. And then last but not least, the New York Football Giants. They are getting 7.5 at Green Bay. And you know what? I'm calling the shocker here. I'm calling the upset. I say the Giants beat the Green Bay Packers. So again, why not take a risk on the money line? How about that? How about playing a 2-team parlay with the Giants and the San Francisco 49ers on the money line? Why? Giants, they're peaking. They haven't played this well all season long. Their defense is a much different defense. The first time they faced Aaron Rodgers, you've got O.C. Manura, you've got Tuck, who's healthy. You know what you get with JPP. They're going to come at Aaron Rodgers. I think it's going to be a much different game. Corey Webster is going to take Greg Jennings out of the equation. They get Foley back with the linebacking crew, which means that they're going to try to take Jermichael Finley out of the equation. I don't think this is going to be as high scoring as what people think. I think Eli Manning and his wide receivers are going to deliver, and more importantly, the weather conditions are not going to be good, so it's going to rely on the running game. And you know what? I'll take a Ahmad Bradshaw, Brandon Jacobs combo over a James Starks and Ryan Grant combo any day of the week. I think it's going to be close, but I do believe the New York Giants do win. So I will take the 7.5, and also I like the under. Again, I don't think this is going to be as high scoring as what everybody thinks. So the under at 52.5. So again, in review, San Francisco plus 3.5, New England minus 13.5, the Houston Texans plus 7.5, and last but not least, the Giants plus 7.5. And again, play a parlay with all the guys on the money line in regards to the Giants and the San Francisco 49ers and call yourself lucky. Again, on playoff divisional weekend. This is Anita Marks for Beat-a-Anita. Good luck.